We've already done one video looking at impromptu speech frameworks, but the viewers, Mia, they just want more.
Well, lucky enough for them, Paul, we do have more frameworks available. Hi, I'm Mia and this is Paul. Welcome to part 2 of Impromptu Speech Frameworks. If you haven't already seen part 1, make sure to go back and check on that one. But for now, let's go through some more frameworks.
This structure is all about bringing the audience through what we would consider a timeline. Using this structure, we start by considering how things were in the past, then moving on to how things are now, and then considering what things might be like in the future.
Say you're given the topic, does money make the world go round? You could start by discussing money in the distant past. It didn't exist then. People used to trade things instead. You could then build on that by talking about how money is growing in importance and how it seems to be on the forefront of everybody's minds today. You could then look at the future. Will we even be using money in the future? We're using cards and internet currencies at the moment. Will it still be as important as it is today?
It's usually a good idea to use the future portion of the speech to leave something in the audience's mind for them to think about. Using rhetorical questions at the end is a great technique to help us leave our message with the audience after we're done speaking.
Again, anecdote to your friend here. Paint a picture of how people used to trade without coins or notes. Imagine buying a car with some sheep. Move into some examples of times when people cared more about money than other people. History has lots of examples of those. If you're a debater, you'll probably be familiar with this one. Start by describing a problem in the world as it is. Then, move on to the cause of that problem. Once you've established both of these, put forth a solution to solve that problem.
It's important with this structure to ensure a few things. Firstly, not only establishing what the problem is, but also why it is a problem.
This can be done by eliciting a visceral response from the audience and then using those anecdotal references to spur the need for change.
Secondly, ensure that you've got good links between all three elements, so that the audience knows that you believe the true cause of the problem and that your solution is going to effectively deal with that cause. If you don't, the speech just isn't believable.
Lastly, make sure you explain your solution and how it would work, so that the audience knows why it would be a good thing. And then it's always good to end in a way that lets the audience know why the world would be a better place if they implemented the changes that you've suggested. Let's look at another example. If we were doing an impromptu topic like the biggest problem in the world, we could put forth that that problem is climate change. The problem is the destruction of the environment. The cause is pollution and corporate greed. And the solution is to switch to renewables. You'll obviously need to add more detail than that, but that's the general gist of it.
This structure involves taking a look at how a topic impacts the world on a local, national, and international level, and is best reserved for political topics. For example, you could discuss the haves or have-nots of, firstly and locally, how in cities, some areas are richer than others.
Secondly, nationally, how this divide grows between urban and rural populations. Lastly, internationally, how this divide is so much stronger between Australia and developing countries than any other kind of divide, and why this should be the key issue that we're looking at.
You could also go through this structure by using small, medium, and large examples, or you might want to do individual, family, and community. It doesn't really matter as long as you can imagine yourself zooming out from the finer details into the bigger picture.
And that's it! Keep these frameworks in your back pocket for next time you approach an impromptu speech, and you'll be on the right track.
For more tips and tricks like this, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.